Shein. It's like Wish, but somehow weirder. From shoes for hamsters to motion-sensing toilet lights and ever-essential burger holders, here are the weirdest products Shein has to offer. Cordless skipping rope. If you're anything like me, you want to get in shape but just haven't found the exercise for you. Weightlifting? Too heavy. Biking? Too pedally. Running? Too runny. Well, thankfully, Shein has a piece of exercise equipment that puts up no resistance whatsoever. The cordless skipping rope for $4. Now, you may be asking yourself, if it's cordless, what exactly are you skipping? Well, I bought some to find out. These things kinda look like nunchucks, don't they? Bet you could do some damage if you thwacked someone in the face with one of these. Heck yeah, try messing with me now, neighbor kids. Okay, let's take them for a spin. Well, I'm working up a sweat, but that's just because I'm jumping on the spot. The handles and weights aren't especially heavy, so I really don't get what the so-called skipping rope is adding that I couldn't easily do this without. Did I really just spend $4 to jump on the spot? Wow, we're off to a great start. Snakeskin sock sneakers. Have you ever wished you didn't have to put on socks and sneakers separately? No? Literally never? Well, somehow Shein has the exact product for this non-existent problem. Introducing Cuckoo Basic Snakeskin Sock Sneakers. They're a mouthful and an eyesore. While I may not be able to figure out from the name what fashion void these things are meant to fill, they do have a 4.9 rating, and these stylish ladies seem to like them, all for $22. Well, let's see what mine look like. Time for the grand reveal and... dang, that is one ugly piece of footwear. It does kind of look like the shoe is shredding its socky skin though, so it's thematic. They feel cheap too, cheaper than $22, that's for sure, but in a way, aren't they wonderfully tacky? Look at the stupid chain. Alright, let's get my friend to try them on. I got her a size 9, and they seem to fit okay. Am I crazy, or are these things so ugly? They're actually kinda good. I don't know what event I'd wear them to. Nah, time to abort. I can't pull these off. These feet were made for seafood-themed slippers only. If you didn't get that reference, go check out my equally unhinged videos on stuff I've bought from Wish.com. And while you're at it, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. But before you check everything else out, you're gonna want to see what other insanity I found on Shein. Trust me. Teddy bear mouse. So now that you've clicked the like, share, and subscribe buttons, can I ask you a question? Did you find the process of clicking your mouse, tapping your screen, or using your track horribly unwhimsical? Would you prefer if navigating a computer were more fun, childish, and way more impractical? Well, take a look at this adorable teddy bear mouse, all for $5. Can't imagine it works well, but we'll see. Thank God for online deliveries. I'd be humiliated buying this in person. Well, here it is. Pretty charming, right? As expected, this thing is made for kids and looks absolutely tiny in my big ol' hands. Maybe an unfair way to judge this thing, but I really feel like I could crush it with a couple medium-strength squeezes. Not great for intense gamer moments. Let's see how it handles, though. Well, it at least connects okay. Oof, clicking with the ears does not feel good. Still, maybe it can navigate my favorite website okay. Please ignore the fact I spelled YouTube wrong. Okay, it's holding up just well enough. The scroll wheel works, it can move the cursor around okay. Look, this thing isn't designed for high-speed gaming and it feels pretty frail, but it gets the job done. Maybe next time Shein can release a vertical teddy bear mouse for kids getting a head start on their repetitive strain injury. Shiwi. Alright ladies, never accuse me of chauvinism because this next product is just for you. Have you ever been driving to the mall, the wedding dress factory, or the makeup warehouse? You know, typical lady places, when you're suddenly hit with the urge to use the restroom? I can only imagine how tough that is. Having to pull your pink car that runs on rose petals and fairy dust over to the side of the road to squat and pee behind a bush, potentially ruining your high heels? Okay, so like most terminally online men, I don't know much about women, but I do know they're the target demographic for this next product, the rubber bladder. With this handy little device, you'll be able to stand and pee wherever you please, and all for $2. Let's take a look here. You know, it's only now dawning on me that after you use this device, you're presumably meant to just fold up the urine-soaked rubber and put it back in your bag? Convenient? Yes. Hygienic? No. Oh look, it comes with helpful instructions on how to pee. That's handy. This doesn't feel particularly sturdy. I'm worried about using this without mess. Well, time for a test run. There we go. Check out that nice, healthy stream. I mean, it appears to be working alright, so maybe I was wrong. Gals, let me know in the comments below if this thing seems useful or just super gross.
Whoa, what's this? It's only our brand new fun and frantic trivia card game we've been developing for years. We've packed it full of all our most interesting facts, and whenever another player thinks you're wrong, they can cut you off with a catastrophic nuh-uh. Steal your opponent's cards and risk your own and nuh-uh. And if trivia isn't your strong suit, don't worry. All the questions in nuh-uh are multiple choice, meaning eggheads and non-eggheads alike stand a chance. Crazy game-altering powers like switcheroo, flip-flop, and piggyback add extra layers of strategy, deception, and chaos to the experience. We've toiled playtesting and tweaking nuh-uh for countless hours, and each and every game was its own fun, wacky adventure. Oh, and we've designed and printed it to perfection. Look, that's me on the box over there. So, what are you waiting for? Nuh-uh is the perfect stocking stuffer this Christmas. Beat the hordes and click the link in the description or on screen now to order your copy today. And for a limited time, you can get the base game and the Science and Nature expansion pack adding over 200 more questions for only $25. That's a whopping 25% discount for our quickest, most loyal fans only. Click the link in the description or on screen now to order your copy today. Our stock is limited, so order now while supplies last. Okay, now let's get back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Beer belly bag. If you've ever wondered what the least appealing way to carry your keys is, then allow me to introduce you to Shein's answer, the beer belly fanny pack. Yes, this is a real bag. Finally, thin people and non-alcoholics can make everyone sad and uncomfortable when they enter a room too. Let's check it out. Oof, laid out like this, it looks more like a tumor than a beer belly. Can't say the material feels great, but on the plus side, it doesn't feel disconcertingly fleshy. I'll just pop some of my valuables inside and hey, good to go. Let's try it on. Does it look like a beer belly or does it look like I'm pregnant? Hard to tell. One thing I'll give it, it's roomier than I thought. Could definitely fit a Budweiser in here if you don't mind an icy cold stomach. Still, I would feel a little awkward walking around with this on. I'd recommend just working on a real beer belly instead. It's way more satisfying. Lip plumpener. Alright guys, I've read your comments. Video after video, I hear folks begging me to do a face reveal. I'm here today to tell you, I don't want to. I'm self-conscious. I mean, look how thin and unplump my lips are. Thankfully, Shein were selling this wonderful product, this $5 lip plumper. Is it a fish? Okay, with this I'll fix my face in no time, and the mean girls will never call me lizard lips again.
According to the box, this thing will turn your lips into, different lips? Gotta be honest, it's not selling me. Opening it up reveals this little fishy. The idea is you stuff your lips in here and pump up until you're beautiful. Can't wait to give this thing a smooch. Please hold back your disgust when viewing my best buddy's pre-plumped lips. What's that on his nose, you ask? Why, it's only Shein's $2 nose reshaper. We figured we may as well go the whole 9 yards and fix everything about his face. He said it's kinda hard to breathe like this. Okay, I've gotta be honest. These both feel like total scams. I don't feel like his physiology is being reshaped by either device, and he just looks like an idiot who's out a few bucks. Then again, I don't know what we expected. Shein wasn't about to bankrupt the entire plastic surgery industry with a few pieces of plastic and rubber. Sorry guys, it didn't work for my friends, so this face reveal is postponed.
Bread pillow. Is it just me, or has anyone else ever looked at a beautiful, fresh, soft loaf of bread straight from the oven and wish they could just curl up on it? No? Damn, maybe I'm weird. No, I'm not, because Shein sells this, a gigantic bread loaf pillow. Okay, I have been tricked by food-shaped pillows every single time I've bought them before, but that was Wish.com. So come on, Shein, for $2, don't let me down. Hey, that's actually way more convincing than I was expecting. Well, from the right angle anyway. It's also a pretty lifelike size, which I'm now realizing means it's a little small for a pillow. How well does it blend in bread's natural habitat, though? Wow, look at that. Pretty indistinguishable, I think. Well, it looks more at home on a cutting board than on a bed, at least. Time for the real test, though. No, not taste test. Comfort. This is actually pretty soft, and unlike real bread, it isn't getting crumbs where I sleep. Not a bad pillow, all things considered. I just wish it was real. Triple toothbrush. Do you hate brushing your teeth? Would you do anything to make the chore a little bit faster? Are you 4 years old? If the answer to all three of those questions is all yes, then you'll love our next product. The $2 three-headed toothbrush. Apparently, this triple-headed toothbrush exists for efficient cleaning. But I can't imagine how shoving this monstrosity in your mouth could be faster or more efficient than a regular toothbrush. Well, if it seemed like a Frankenbrush from the pictures, it looks even more sinister in person. I think the idea is you're meant to be able to brush the front, backs, and top of your teeth at the same time with this thing, but come on, how much time could that possibly save?
Time to give it a test run. I made my buddy eat a bowl of toffees beforehand to really make sure this thing works. He actually found it kinda hard to know where to put the toothpaste. Well, he said it definitely does feel like he's brushing multiple sides of his teeth at the same time, but maneuvering it around was so awkward. He had to keep adjusting his grip and angle to feel like he was getting anything at all. He also said that inside his mouth the brushes felt a little cheap, but I guess you can't expect much for $2.
Maybe if you're a sniper or surgeon, you can maneuver this thing accurately, but for most people, I'd recommend a standard single-headed toothbrush. Unless you have one tooth, of course. This toothbrush could really get every inch of that. Burger holder. If you're anything like me, you eat a hamburger at least 4 times a week. Unfortunately, I often end up eating it in a way where I end up with 50% of the patty sticking out of 10% of the bun, and sauce absolutely everywhere. It's less of a meal and more of a massacre by the time I'm done. Thankfully, Shein have heard my plight and delivered me this, the burger holder. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Burger holder? Isn't that what you call your hands? Very funny. Still, this product promises to eliminate mess and spillage, so let's try it out. It kinda looks just like a piece of rubber, huh? Don't know what I was expecting. Anyway, I got a burger on the go and done. I know it's plain, but this is for science. Well, look at that, pretty snug fit. Can't say it isn't weirdly satisfying.
Well, no spilling, but then again, this isn't a stacked burger. My friend looks like a bit of a jerk eating a burger this way too. Imagine carrying this thing around with you. Also, just check out the sloppy burger detritus that's pooled at the bottom of the holder.
I'll be sticking with the burger holders I was born with, thank you very much. Shoe warmer. Imagine this. It's a beautiful, sunny day outside. You can't wait to head to the park and catch some beautiful rays. You throw on your shades, get your shoes on, step outside, and immediately run back into the house. Why? Because your shoes are freezing cold. No, this has literally never happened to anyone? Well, don't tell that to the inventor of Shein's electronic shoe warmer. This little device is designed to heat up your shoes so they're nice and warm for the 10 seconds or so most shoes will retain heat while outside. These things look pretty bare bones, huh? Kinda worried they'll blow my shoes up. They feel a little flimsy, too. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep a close eye on these as they warm up. My shoes aren't that old, but man, the heat is causing a noticeable aroma in the house. Well, after letting them bake for 10 minutes, let's test them out. The shoes are warm, but the electric warmer itself is worryingly hot. I don't think handling the thing is great. The shoes stayed warm for around 10 minutes, which is better than I thought, but they cooled down quick when I stepped outside. I guess if you want to keep your feet warm from the walk to your house to your car, they could be useful. Just don't leave them charging overnight. It'll be pretty embarrassing explaining to the firefighter exactly where the electrical fire originated. Hamster shoes. So guys, you know me. I love my hamster Duber. I'm talking about him all the time in these videos, but one thing I always worry about is his little hamster feet. I mean, they must get tired and sore running around on that wheel all day. That's why I bought him these from Shein. Hamster shoes. Amazing, right? Now Duber will never get his own turd stuck between his toes again. Let's take a look at this thing. Oh, little booties. I actually think they're a bit heavy for a hamster. They're a little big, too. I feel like they'll fall off pretty easily. Alright guys, time to fess up. I don't actually have a hamster named Duber. I just really wanted an excuse to get this little shoe. On a similar note, check out these little finger hands. What are they for? Why? For scratching cats, of course. Though if you're heartless, you could always put them on a hamster's feet instead of the little shoes. Now you know why I'm not allowed to own pets anymore. Finger sleeves. Hey, do you hate latex gloves? Too impractical covering the whole hand? No? Not an issue even slightly? Well, tough luck, because Shein offers these finger sleeves made specifically for people who hate gloves? I can't figure it out, I'll be honest. Well, when you get a lot in a pack, I'll say that much at least. Let's try these on. They're pretty tight, actually, and don't feel great. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I really can't think of a situation where you'd ever want to use these over a glove. If you can think of any, let me know in the comments down below. And no, they don't work well as a sleeve for a different body part either. Don't ask me how I know, just trust me that you need more circulation down there than these offer. Animal socks. If you could possess the traits of one animal, what would it be? The keen eyesight of an eagle? The discerning nose of a dog? I might go for the laid-back nature of a sloth. Well, this next Shein product might give me the acrobatic prowess of a cat. Take a look at these hairy animal leggings. They really go the extra mile, don't they? Can't tell from the pictures whether they have toe beans or not. First impressions? They look pretty good. They feel pretty soft too, and look at that. They even have toe bean print. I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me. Let's try them on properly. Look, it takes someone who's very secure in their masculinity to do this, and I'm not, so I got my friend to do it instead. They don't go very high and are pretty tight, but despite how they look, apparently, they're not actually very itchy. Time to double up and rep them in the snakeskin sock sneakers, double the beast, double the sock. Kind of a snug fit, actually, and the darker socks actually work more with the shoes. Alright, gotta get her out of these before she starts Googling furry conventions nearby. Dinosaur decor. Have you ever wanted your home to look like it's falling apart and being invaded by hostile animals? I know I have. Or at least I can have recurring nightmares about that happening. Well, say hello to Shein's horrifying dinosaur wall destruction decoration. Yeah, imagine groggily forgetting you put this up in the middle of the night. Terrifying. Well, let's take a look. It actually doesn't seem very threatening like this. The dinosaur's even got a bit of a limp wrist. While the individual parts aren't heavy, they're also not adhesive. I had my doubts they'd be able to stick to a wall the moment I saw them. As it turns out, I was right. So the only place I got the pieces to stick was on a cork board. But it doesn't really look like the dinosaur is busting through the wall here. The white around the hands and neck don't really work. Still, at least I was able to get the thing up somewhere. How do you think it looks? Head on, it's still kinda neat. Maybe I'm being overly critical. If this thing wanted to be accurate, the raptor would be half as big and covered in feathers, and I wouldn't have bought it off Shein. Snoring strap. How many of you have partners that snore, or have had partners complain about you snoring? I bet it's a good number of you. I don't have that problem because I sleep alone and have for many years. No, I'm more concerned because I film myself every night and the snoring is unflattering. What? When they make a documentary about my life, they'll be glad they have all this footage. Still, I need to nix the snoring, which is why when Shein showed me this handy anti-snoring head strap for all of $3, I damn near threw my credit card at the screen. Okay, so, yeah, it really does just look like a piece of fabric. It's stretchy, though, and has these little holes so the fabric is more breathable. That's worth a few bucks, right? Well, let's test it out. I feel a bit like Hannibal Lecter with this thing on. Can't say it's super comfortable either. I gotta be honest, this thing might work too well. It's super tight and is definitely restricting airflow. I can't imagine sleeping in this thing would be easy, but hey, if you can't sleep, you can't snore. So I guess this one works? Our first item with the official BMA's seal of approval. Good job, awful head strap. Jaw exerciser. So I've been spending a lot of time online, and I've come to a realization. The reason I can't ever get a date isn't the result of my personality, smell, beliefs, or general demeanor. It's my jawline. I mean, just look at me. Thankfully, Shein has clientele like me in mind with products like this, the Jaw Exerciser. Look at the guys on the advertising. They're total square-jawed chads. I mean, there are no images of them before they use the exerciser, and this guy has a beard, so it's hard to even tell what his jawline is like, but still, if there's even a chance that chewing this rubber will help, I'll do it.
Wow, it really is just a piece of rubber, huh? It feels springy at least. I don't want to put this strange overseas item in my mouth, so let's go back to my unfortunate assistant. My buddy said it's weirdly bitter, and once he got chewing, it was actually pretty tiring and kind of unpleasant. He didn't feel like he was getting a workout so much as he was just eating an overcooked steak. Look, we all know this isn't gonna work, but it might make for a good chew toy for a small dog or a toddler.
On the same kick, I ordered this hand exerciser. Maybe my tiny, skinny little baby wrists are the reason I can't get a date. Plus, it's kind of like a cool robot hand. Unfortunately for me, this never arrived. Probably for the best, I get enough hand exercise already. Motion sensing LED toilet light. Let me know if this situation sounds familiar. It's late at night. You stumble over to the bathroom, whip it out, or use your portable bladder if you can't whip it out, and relieve yourself. Only to realize you've sprayed your entire bathroom with pee once your eyes adjust to the dark. I know it's happened to me plenty of times, but it's better than turning on the bathroom light and blinding myself. So what's the solution? Well, Shein suggests this, the motion-sensing LED toilet light with adjustable coloration. Now I can illuminate my toilet rainbow style. For such a magical product, the box sure is unassuming. Let's see here, this thing promises no more blinding lights making a mess or falling into open toilets. Hands up, guys. How often does that happen to you? Well, let's test this sucker out. If you don't like your products covered in urine, this might not be the product for you. Anyway, time for an install. That was easy. Not very impressive, is it? I was promised a bright, beautiful toilet. Oh, whoops. I failed the single install instruction. Okay, there we go. Now, not much better, is it? Well, that's a crying shame. I guess I'll have to resort to plan B, wearing night vision goggles to bed so I never miss the toilet again. Sandwich sponge. People in my life are always telling me I need to eat clean. Well, I misunderstood what they meant by that and ordered a very stupid Shein product. No, I didn't get Shein to mail me a sandwich, though I would love that service. If any Shein employees are watching, this is actually a sponge. That's right, we've already seen bread you can sleep on. Now it's time to test bread you can scrub with. I actually like this one. Look at that perfect sandwich. Of course, it will start to look like the hoagie from The Simpsons Homer saved for a month after it's used one time. Let's get that process started, shall we? Here we go. Time to defile this club. Hey, it works. I feel kind of bad though. This thing is so clean and beautiful it almost seems like a waste to use it. Also, it's lacking the rough side most sponges have, so it isn't great at removing hardier stains. Phew, all the scrubbing has made me hungry. I wonder if... could I maybe... why didn't I try this before I used it to scrub dishes? In the video! Alright, which was your favorite product? Are there any other wacky websites you want to see me review products from? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.